Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, Recruiting in Yoga Pants. So I'm going to go a little deeper into why I personally do not want AI reviewing incoming applications, resumes. Okay, so I talk about this a lot. We've talked a lot about, how ATSs work and why we use them and some of the inner workings. I have a really great 5-video playlist about the ATS where I break down everything from the initial overview all the way through, what we do with them, what we want them to do better. Lots of good stuff. So if you're curious, it's probably very boring to people who are not in recruiting. But if you are curious, that is potentially a helpful playlist for you to just understand the inner working of these tools. All right. But today I want to specifically focus on the resume review portion. I feel like I've talked about this a lot already. So if I'm repeating myself, thank you for being a longtime viewer. But for those that are curious, like, Amy, what is your thought process? Why would you not want a tool to make this faster and easier for you? I'm going to tell you why. All right. So I've been very vocal about how I like to use AI. I am so happy to have AI or ML kind of infused sourcing tools when I'm going out and looking for prospects. I love it for things like, summarize this document for me or give me the highlights from this, lengthy manual or whatever. So there's like different ways that I can use it for like reporting and, things that happen outside the ATS. I'm not even in the ATS at this point. Okay. I have third-party search tools. I use, different kinds of AI tools for different things. But when it comes to reviewing resumes, so these are people who have opted in, who have said, I am interested, I would like to be considered for this role. I still stand by the importance and the value of a real life person actually doing that review. Here's why. When I am looking at a resume, so here's my, kind of have a couple of ways that I do this. Okay, so here's my process. One option is I am looking through the lens of this specific job. All right, I know I'm going to use an example I use all the time, like a reliability engineer. Okay, I know that I need to see certain terminology on a resume. Okay, I need to see reliability, obviously, is going to be a big one. Engineering, obviously, I'm looking for an engineer. And maybe I need to see something around like physics of failure, or I need to see some kind of specific, modeling tool or whatever. Okay, that's fine. It has to have experience conducting reliability engineering on spacecraft. This is a role I have filled more than once. Okay, so you could make an argument that, hey, that's a good use of, doesn't even have to be AI. Maybe it can just be a Boolean string. Let me just run a quick Boolean string because I only want to see resumes that make sure, that I'm only seeing resumes that have this specific keyword. I know, cue the drama about keywords. I'm telling y'all, there's a difference between a keyword stuffed nightmare and a resume that shows a fit for the job and that those keywords show up organically because you are truly qualified. Okay, I have a video on that as well, so check that out in addition to the playlist if you are so inclined. So that's one way I can do it. I don't need AI for that. I can literally just run a Boolean string. I can do Control F if I really want to. I can actually scan a resume pretty quickly, and so I'll do that instead, right? I'll do a very quick scan. There's some clear yeses, right, based on what I see. There's going to be some clear nos, okay? I don't need AI to tell me if somebody who has no work experience and is currently an intern graduating in December is not going to be a fit for my jobs. My organization has specific rules about engaging with students and they go through our campus hiring. So that's an easy no, right? I don't need AI for that. I can do that very quickly. What I can also do is forward that person to a different contact. I can be like, oh, this is clearly a campus hire. Send it over to my friends in student programs, for example, right? And that is where I'm going with this. That's the nuance that we often miss, okay? That is why I prefer and will always and forever prefer to be able to make a human judgment call. Because I am looking at this through two lenses. First of all, I'm looking through the lens of like this immediate role. Does this person have this specific criteria, at least at the first pass, so that I can make sure that, yeah, there's more to inspect here. There's enough yes that I want to go back and reread, learn more, go deeper, what have you. The other lens I'm looking through is, if not this job, where? Now, all the time, this happens all the time, y'all, where I will be looking at a resume and I'll be like, yep, I get it. I totally see the fit here and I understand why this person applied and I'm a yes for this person. Oh, but wait. This person has some very specific power supply experience. This has happened to me last week. This person has some very specific power supply experience. They are definitely a fit for the hourly role that they had applied to. But based on the data in that resume, I was like, wait, this person's actually qualified for a higher paying job at a higher level. Similar scope, and they're both hourly technician roles. But I'm like, holy cow, this person has like this really special extra something that we really need on this other team. So I immediately said, hey, recruiter who owns this other role, here's a person that I think could be great. Please go, make sure that we get them in process for this better paying job. Could AI do that? I'm not convinced. Because again, if we're just looking at like a general keyword match, if we're just looking at, the right word showed up or the right algorithm gave me the right percentage or whatever silly thing we have right now currently, it's not going to pick up on the nuance of, oh yeah, this person is very well qualified, no doubt about that. But they have that little extra something and maybe they didn't see the other role or maybe, for whatever reason they chose not to apply. I'm going to guess they probably just didn't see it, right? They found a job they liked, were interested in, they applied. My job, I will die on this hill, y'all. My job is to make the best possible match for both the recruiter and the organization. AI, from what I've seen, cannot do that yet. Okay, so now obviously conversations need to happen. Does the shift work for this person? Are they interested in a higher scoped role? Maybe they don't want it. Maybe they're like, no, please just give me the easy job. Okay, that's fine too. I don't think that happened, but I'm just saying I'm open to that conversation if somebody responded with that. But my job is to look past keywords, past job fit, and to look bigger and broader at the entire organization and everything I might possibly have a fit for and make sure that we're making the best possible match. We as an organization will be better served by that person working with this different technology compared to the role that they applied to. Just saying. And that kind of stuff happens all the time and has happened in every job I've ever had. Okay? So, recruiters, I hope that you are also doing this, but we should be looking at resumes through two lenses. One, immediate fit, like, yes, the role you applied to, yep, we see the fit, yep, we're going to move forward. But also, keep your mind open to the possibility, is there something better? Is there a different team that they would equally fit that maybe has, maybe they're more urgent. Maybe that role's more urgent, right? Maybe we've got a finalist on the role that this person applied to, but oh my gosh, I can immediately pivot them to this other team. These are the things that AI, I don't think can do yet. Maybe they can in the future. Maybe the technology is moving forward at a pace I'm just not seeing. I'm not going to discount future uses for it. Maybe. But again, y'all, I have yet to see an algorithm that can match like I can. Just saying. All right, friends, I hope that helps to shed a little bit of light on my thought process behind the scenes. And as always, we'll see you next week.